time to check in with CoinDesk Global Policy and Regulation Managing Editor Nick Day, who is also the editor of CoinDesk's The State of Crypto newsletter. Hey there, Nick. So more movement activity in the ETF front. VanEck is adding an ETF application with Ether futures. Tell us what's going on.
Yeah, VanEck has now filed for its fourth crypto ETF application in the US. This one's for Ether futures. It joins a Ether spot market ETF application as well as a pair of Bitcoin-related ETFs. But I think the big thing here is that it is a futures. It is what we call a 40 Act fund. We were talking about this yesterday, where Galaxy and a host of other companies are trying to file these funds and applications because SEC Chair Gary Gensler has hinted that those might be more likely to be approved. I think the big question, though, is we've seen over a dozen Bitcoin-related ETF applications, but not as many Ether-related ETF applications. So the big question seems to be, is Ether going to be considered on par with Bitcoin in terms of approving one of these products or not?
Hey, so Nick,
there was some news from Gensler about. Oh, go ahead, Lawrence. Go ahead.
Oh no, you go first because mine's fun.
Okay. There was some news from Gensler about DeFi. Can you just break that down for us real quick?
Yeah, SEC Chair Gary Gensler this morning seems to be hinting that, he said explicitly that there's going to be DeFi regulation coming, but the SEC has been hinting at that for a little bit between the DeFi money market and the Poloniex enforcement actions. But I think the big question is going to be, is this going to be regulation in terms of guidance and explicit things that companies can look at, or is it going to be more regulation by enforcement, meaning the SEC is going to say, okay, here's what you can't do, but not necessarily provide details on what companies or exchanges, or I guess in this case, decentralized exchange providers or developers can be doing.
So now for the giggles, Jay Clayton got a job, didn't he?
Jay Clayton has become the newest member of the advisory board to Fireblocks, which is providing crypto custody and other services. And yeah, this is we've seen a number of high-profile former government officials joining crypto companies since retiring from public office. Former SEC Chair Clayton this isn't actually his first foray into crypto post government life. He's also part of One River Digital Asset Management. He's an advisor to that firm as well. So yeah, no, it's the latest move.
It's
any irony in him taking it though?
I mean, I don't know. So here's the thing that kind of struck me, right? Fireblocks has been talking a lot about custody and using multi-party computation as a possible solution to addressing certain custody questions. Now, while Clayton was at the SEC, the agency published this whole request for comment on solving custody problems, and we know that custody issues have been a concern within the digital asset sector for approving things like ETFs, because how do you prove that no one else has the private key? So this actually kind of makes a lot of sense to me, because this is a problem that Fireblocks is looking to solve, and it's an important one to the broader digital asset market.